Mission list updated.
Boss, I know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you. Open your iDroid.
Please select a mission.
I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. I put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
Here, Snake, try this on.
A prosthetic arm.
Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
Huh. I can still feel my real arm.
Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain?
Every now and then.
Where?
My fingertips. My left fingertips.
Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand.
Yeah.
What about your vision? Can you see okay?
Yeah, at the moment.
Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex.
Yeah. The doctor mentioned that.
Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, or not see things as they really are. You experience any of that?
I think so.
When?
Right after I wake up. Colors look faded.
Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between life and death in the field. You'll need to watch out for that.
I will.
All right. You should continue your physio. We'll be arriving soon. It's the last chance you'll get.
Please select a mission.
Farming villages in southern Vahan have been subjected to a strategic bombing campaign the past several weeks. The damage is spreading. It's part of the Soviet Scorched Earth operation aimed at wiping out the guerrillas. The target this time is the commander of a Spetsnaz detachment. He's been key to the operation's success. People say this guy's responsible for annihilating the Mujahideen at Tismasi Laman, the Hamid fighters, overnight. He's a tough, experienced commander. Don't underestimate him. The order from my client in the west is to shoot on sight. They want him out of the picture for good. Sorry, boss. This one's purely business. Wet work. A hit on a commanding officer of the Soviet military. Nothing personal. We're only doing this because it gets us one step closer to our goal.
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
Your target is a Spetsnaz detachment commander. Your orders are to take him out. With skills like his, it'd be a shame to waste him. But I'll leave the method up to you. Boss, make your way to Deshago Calais and eliminate the target.
Be
Careful down there, boss.
Marker placed.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
Mortar shells travel in a curved trajectory, meaning they hit from up above you.
Эй, смотри!
Your target is a Spetsnaz detachment commander. Your orders are to take him out. With skills like his, it'd be a shame to waste him. but I'll leave the method up to you. Boss, make your way to Deshago Calais and eliminate the target.
Marker placed. Marker placed.
Be careful down there, boss. We can use compounds from plants to make medicine or poison for use in new weapons and equipment. Take a look at the plants list on your iDroid to see which ones we need. Then go find them if you get the chance. It'll keep the staff happy, too.
You were hospitalized in Dhekelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain.
Why Dhekelia?
The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
He said I was in a British military hospital. But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Dhekelia is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Dhekelia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how...
Golden Crescent.
Last year,
It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent.
Though it's only Turkey that recognizes it. In the past, the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight. Those came from the outside. Greece, Turkey, Britain, America. They all had their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this, it's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like debt, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames. And then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge. Cyprus is no different.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
You're up.
We're changing ships?
We can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Attack. Once they finish sweeping up their minds...
That's the sturdiest building in the area. It'd be perfect for the target to hole up in.
We're going to transfer to a container ship for passage through the Suez. Our destination is Pakistan, Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There, we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero Line, the border. We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
And then?
We continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains. We'll do better on horseback. It's a local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher ridges to avoid air recons. Then they charge down the mountains for ambushes. The Soviets still haven't devised a counter strategy. Our time frame is only half as much as we really need. It's gonna be a tough march.
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because The United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes.
That's communications equipment used by the outpost CP.
But the issue has...
That must be how they keep in touch with headquarters. If you destroy it, you might be able to cut off the CP from their HQ.
Olympics. That concludes today's news.
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed some things. They're calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics.
Yes. In protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. Over 50 countries were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see Yamashita's judo. When the 40th Army crossed the Amu River 4 years ago, détente went right out the window. The U.S. Congress chose not to ratify SALT II, and Reagan's hardline politics won.
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
The Second Cold War.
And there's been no end to regional conflicts and civil wars. Lebanon, the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes.
Egypt and Israel did sign a peace treaty. But then the driving force on the Egyptian side, President Sadat, was assassinated afterward. Apparently, his actions were considered a betrayal of his fellow Arabs. Islamic extremists?
Yes. Fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism in recent years.
We've had extremist students in Iran take U.S. embassy workers hostage, and suicide bombings in Lebanon. Over 300 foreign soldiers stationed there have been killed.
The countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism. Afraid of losing their own men, they've pulled their forces out, handing private forces a golden opportunity.
Private forces?
Small armies with no national affiliation, working for the highest bidder. That's right, they got the idea from you. After Mother Base went down, they began spreading to meet the soaring demand. Miller's organization is just... now. The entire world is after you. But at the same time, it needs you too. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
Yeah.
You have arrived at your destination.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
We're changing ships.
But we can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal. When did they reopen it?
Not long after you were attacked. Once they finished sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand? We're going to transfer to a container ship for passage through the Suez. Our destination is Pakistan,
Marco Place.
Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero Line, the border. We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
And then?
We continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths. You'll do better on horseback. It's a local group.
Yeah.
You have arrived at your destination.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
You have arrived at your destination.
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
Sure!
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. coming too. Roger that.
You have arrived at your destination.
You gotta extract him.
Это Зоя 4. У нас выстрелили. Источник неизвестен. Прием!
Это КП. Понял. Возможно, это вражеское нападение. Всем быть начеку. Конец связи.
An AA gun.
КП-то 26. Кто-то вырубил одного из наших. Прием!
Это КП. Понял. Всем подразделениям быть начеку. Конец связи.
КП, это Дмитрий 1. Оборудование повреждено. Похоже, это атака врага. Прием!
Это КП. Понял. Немедленно все осмотрите. Конец связи.
Что-нибудь сходит? Посмотрим. Прием!
Это КП. Понял. В данный момент себя некому подстраховать. Действуй один. С особой осторожностью. Конец связи.
He's coming too. Roger that. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gotta extract him.
КП, это Зоя 7. Вы закончили поиски. Никто не обнаружен. Прием!
Это КП. Понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
The enemy's given up their search for you. Just yet. Stay alert.
You have arrived at your destination.
Here!
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him.
Here!
Keep your guard up.
Here! Here!
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Всех сразу. Все они оказались такими. Задавал себе защитные на самом деле, думские бойцы не базируются вокруг пакистанской границы. Предали своих же. Они себя таковыми не считают. Братья по религии, это хороший шаг для Хамида. Теперь они могут закрепиться в этой области. Следующий люди будут врага. Ага. Нам нужно быть осторожнее. Точно. Берегись.
incoming too. Roger that. Anti-air radar. Neutralize that, and our choppers can breathe a little easier.
Yeah.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yeah.
You've arrived at the objective. Your target should be somewhere in that outpost. And don't forget, he has a Spetsnaz recon detail with him. Keep your guard up.
Получил письмо от Гриши. Саня, он не выжил? Черт, на прошлой неделе тот новенький совсем потерял. У нас еще не так плохо. Мой приятель из штаба. Что там? Какого?
Those materials have already been processed. It may not be much, but we can use them straight away if you bring them back to base.
На меня кто-то напал.
That looks like the target.
Жду указания. Прием.
Это КП, понял. Всем единицам. Будьте бдительны и найдите нарушителей. Конец связи. Всем боевым группам, это КП. Все подразделения на боевые позиции. Повторяю, все подразделения на боевые позиции.
Target secured. I'll tell the client we sent the target to a place outside of heaven. Boss, your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. Don't hang around.
Прием.
Это КП, понял. Проверьте, но осторожно. Конец связи.
Please select a landing zone. The support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
КП, это Зоя 10. Враг ушел. Начинаю поиск. Прием.
Это КП, понял. Следите за ними. Не позволяйте им ходить с фланга. Конец связи. Штаб. Это КП. По нам велся огонь.
Looks like the enemy's lost sight of you.
Мы потеряли
They're gonna
врага.
try to hunt you down.
Поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Прием.
Прием. Всем базам, это штаб. Всем базам, уделить безопасности, готовиться к возможному контакту с врагом. Конец связи.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly.
Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
operations.
Departing!
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Great work.